Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, Sonic Loves. And in today's video we're going to be checking out an old one, but I think good one. It is the Trim Smart Pro. Bit of a mouthful. I'm sure you all remember the very successful Trim credit card. Absolutely loved it. So thin, pocketable, and it was a huge success. This is the third one that they've done so far, and I think it's reminiscent of a PS Vita or even a PSP. I love the style, but let's see if it's any good. So this is an unboxing and first impression. If there is anything you wish to see tested, then let me know in the comments. I will do some performance videos. And not only that, but if you're interested in checking out some different custom firmwares, I will be running TomatoOS on this, but I do believe a lot of my subscribers in the community post said that they've reverted back to stock OS, the updated version. So I will do a video on that and maybe the process of installing it. But without further ado, let's check out the TrimUI Smart Pro. Now, you can't go to TrimUI to actually buy this. You have to go to a third-party seller or vendor. And the prices vary with each seller or vendor that you go to, and also what is available on the system itself. But you get this nice little cardboard piece, and if you turn it over, it then gives you some positionings of the joysticks, what they're used for, what each function button does. So yeah, it's pretty nice to see that in a handheld. There's nothing underneath, and it just comes with a usual charging cable. So first things first impressions is that it's a very nice looking handheld, very reminiscent of a PSP. The buttons are small, but they're very clicky, quite loud. The start button also very silent, select, very silent. Same with the menu. They have the PS Vita analog sticks. They're not clickable, so that is a bit of a downside really. And the D-pad itself, but not too loud. So it is using dome switches, so it'll be interesting to see how fighting games play with it. Underneath the unit itself, we have a function button. It looks like there was something meant to be there, but it is just a tab. We have a DC charging, microphone, micro SD card slot, and a 3.5mm headphone jack. On the back it just says TrimUI Smart Pro, nice indentation of the logo, which is a nice touch. On the top we have our triggers. They're really nice actually, to be honest. They're very slimline, and your fingers just rest on them. I haven't had no issues with it. I know a lot of people say that they wish to be a little bit bigger, but I've had no issues with them being this size. I think if you're one for taking this on the go, and they had pocketability in mind, I think. So at the top we have our volume, we have our OTG port, and also we have a power on and off. There is nothing on the sides of the unit itself, but overall I really like the design. It's very sleek, and it feels really comfortable in the hands. So let's check out the UI itself. We have games, which then has a list of all the games. We have recent, favorites, app, net play, and settings. So in the settings itself, we have display. You can change the brightness. You can turn the LED on or off if you choose to. The brightness of the LED is also an option to choose. We have lock screen, we have contrast, saturation, color temperature, exposure, and then that's it. We have volume, nothing much really. We can change the background music for the device itself. We can have the strength of the rumble and also the volume. Wi-Fi, hotspot, not that you want to use it as a hotspot. In the system settings, we have power off, language, net play, refresh your ROMs, time and date, and factory reset. We have key mappers, so we can go in there and key map. We have themes. There's only 3 to choose from. Not the best. And we also have Bluetooth. In the app section, we have something that's quite good. We have the function settings. So if we go in there, you can see that we have the LED off, quiet mode, silent mode, CPU power save, turbo button A, and we also have CP performance mode. Now this is TomatoOS, so you can see that you can program the buttons to do whatever they want. So you will have to have it. So I'll have the LED off, as you can see. So if I switch the function switch to the right, you'll see that it turns off the RGB lighting, and then also we are in CPU performance mode. So very basic, nothing extravagant. We also have Moonlight in case you want to stream, media player if you want to watch your videos. We have a USB storage and SD formatter, and if we want to go straight into RetroArch and go around, as far as I'm aware, it is the full version of RetroArch. But overall, the interface is standard, really, nothing extravagant. So TomatoOS is just an updated version of stock firmware. But as I say, of performance with the higher end systems in a moment. But as I say, a lot of my subscribers were saying that they went back to the updated version of the stock because it had better performance. So I'll just showcase TomatoOS. If it's something that you're interested in, then yeah, I'd strongly recommend it because I don't think it's too bad. But a lot of people say that the PSP performance is a lot better on the updated stock version. But I will do a video on that. So another thing that I really like about this handheld as well is the actual screen. The resolution is really good, 720p, so everything is really sharp and crisp. And not only that, but we have a larger display coming in nearly 5 inches, and it's really good for retro gaming and also for widescreen hack games. It really does make really more immersive when you're playing on a larger screen, and the unit itself is quite thin, so yeah, or should I say narrow, which really looks really good when you're playing on the games. So all the low end stuff works really well and looks great. I will do a showcase now, and then let me know in the comments what you think. And if you have the unit itself, are you using stock or do you prefer TomatoOS? I'd love to know in the comments. But let's get into some gameplay. All your 8-bit and 16-bit games are going to look fantastic on here, and they're a real joy to play. As you can imagine. Let's check out the D-pad, make sure that we can get the special moves out. So far so good with the old special moves. All looking good to me. A system that looks absolutely incredible and plays really well on here is Game Boy Advance. Really do enjoy it. Obviously this has enough power to have higher resolutions, shaders and also overlays, But if you don't wish to have them, it is just simply a case of pressing the button, going to advanced settings and changing it in the RetroArch system. RetroArch options. As easy as that, guys. But so far, thoroughly enjoying it. It's definitely a sleeper hit. And I'd say if you can get this for 50, 60, then it's a bonus and you will definitely not be disappointed. Another system that's really, really good to play on here, especially because of the widescreen hacks, is Dreamcast, and it surprisingly plays really, really well. Not that I'm very good on it, but yeah, if you like Jet Set Radio, oh, it looks good and plays good on here as well. N64 was a bit of a hit and miss. The games that work well with no issues, which is really, really good. But obviously the harder to run games, you're not going to get them to work. I'm not too sure what it's like with the updated stock version. But there is still hundreds of games that do work and work well. I will do a showcase video if you want that, guys. Let me know in the comments if you want to see a showcase video. But apart from that, it plays really well and looks great on this screen. Yeah, colours are so vibrant. The screen is one of the biggest things about this unit, I think. I'd say okay controls, not perfect, not the worst, but okay controls, but the screen is really juicy. Very, very nice screen. But N64, yeah, for the games that do run, they run really well and look fantastic. Another system that works incredibly well on here, which is PlayStation 1. You can even have enhanced graphics on as well, which looks really, really good. I've not chose this character before, but we'll soon see how I get on. Don't even know the special moves, but hey ho. Oh, we got something there. Getting my butt kicked. Oh, I have no clue. But still, plays well, looks great. Nice end move there. Another really great system to have to play is Nintendo DS. The screen, with it being so big, I've stretched it out a little bit more just to utilise the screen really more than anything. But as you can see, we've got a really, really big screen to deal with, and it just makes it really, really good. So if we just go into the settings for drastic, which is the bottom left trigger, but you'll need to go into controls, which is the second one down. Scroll all the way down to extra controllers, and then if you come down to where it says swap orientation A and swap orientation B, if you just do swap screen, if you press A and then press the button which you wish it to be, which I'm going to do the right trigger. And then if we come down to swap orientation B, and then I'm going to do left trigger, and then we come down to exit save for all games, go back, and then you will be able to swap them over and change the orientation. It wasn't set as standard, so that's what you have to do to get that up and running, guys. Some games you can have enhanced graphics, but some games it doesn't let you. Obviously this isn't a touchscreen unit, so you will not be able to play those types of games. God of War runs terrible, as you can imagine. On most hardware it does, if it's a low-end to mid-end system. But this version of Tomato had the cheats enabled for it. So this is the 30 frames per second cheats. So let's check that out. It's a real shame, because if this had a little bit more horsepower under the hoodie, then it would look amazing to play PSP games on here, especially if you could pump it up to 2x resolution on absolutely everything, running at full speed. It'd just be, yeah, it would be an absolute dream. So maybe if they put in better whole stick, maybe something like the Retro Pocket 4 Pro sticks, improve the D-pad, making it a little bit bigger, maybe not having such a big bezel on the screen edge and utilizing the actual size of the screen panel itself. Maybe put in some analog triggers. Yeah, I think they'd be onto a winner. And it'd be good to see TrimUI go up against the big boys like Ambernick and Pal Kitty. Obviously they are churning out devices at the moment. And yeah, did everybody see the video for the Cube? Let me know in the comments what you think of the Cube. I think it looks a bit like a kid's toy, but yeah, I still think it's going to be a really good device. Okay, let's check out God of War. So it does have a few dips, but majority, yeah, it is definitely playable. It does try and stick to the 30 FPS. So if I just go to settings, you'll see that it is 2x resolution at 30 frames. As I say, it's really, really playable. and looks great. I will do a showcase video, guys, including lots more games. I know I've had the Grand Theft Auto series to check out on TomatoOS, so look out for future videos for that. So my first impressions, I really like it, and I don't think I like it for what I should. I like it because of the size. I think that it's great. It's not too big, but it's not too small. I think it's just right. Definitely the Goldilocks effect. It's just right. I like the controls. They're not as bad as what I thought. I was expecting an absolute shit show, but no, they're actually not too bad. I think the system plays fine. Dreamcast was great. N64 was great. Yes, there's games that are not going to run on here, but the ones that did look great and played fantastic. I love the design of this unit. I think it looks really, really sleek. It's well made. The screen is the biggest star of the show. It's really, really beautiful and makes all games look absolutely fantastic, hence with the resolution and also the saturation. The brightness could be a little bit brighter, I do admit. And also when it goes to dim, it doesn't, the actual dimness level is not that dim. But yeah, my first impressions, I really, really like it. And I think if you can pick this up for £50–60, you're not going to be disappointed. I'm really excited to do more videos and showcase what this is capable of, and also to do more videos on different firmware. I will do the stock firmware as well, and maybe do a comparison video, a breakdown of games, stock versus Tomato. I think that would be a good video. So if you're interested in more videos on the TrimUI and other future retro handhelds, please consider giving me a like. It really does help me reach a wider audience and grow the channel. And all my subs that do that, I can't thank you enough. I really do appreciate it. A like and share would be the best thing in this whole world. But yeah, love to know your thoughts on this, guys. Do you have one? Are you thinking about getting one? But overall, I just think it's really, really good. It's not as big as what I expected. I was expecting it to be quite big, but in all consideration, it's not. It really, yeah, it's just a fantastic device. And if you can get it at £50–60, I say the only other downside is the fact that there is no direct sales for it. You do have to go to third-party sellers and vendors to get the unit itself, but you can still pick them up pretty cheap. Pretty cheap. And as always, guys, till the next video, take care.